Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, and I just wanted to show you how to find my videos. I use Screencast-O-Matic to prepare them, and sometimes I bounce between keeping them only on Screencast-O-Matic or putting them over on YouTube, depending on what the topic is. And someone had said they couldn't open the one. I think it was from YouTube. They got a little box, and I guess that was an internal error message. So I want to show you how to find my YouTube videos. When you go to YouTube, just go in the search, put in my name, Janine Howard, and this screen will pop up. Click on Playlists, and voila, you will see I have playlists for every course I taught or teach. So we are on this one, but you also might want to look at military to mainstream career coaching. I've got things of interest that go with this course. I've been interviewing, I used to have a radio show out of Chicago, which was probably one of my biggest wows, was when I had a podcast, being invited to have a radio show out of Chicago. And they branded me as military to the mainstream at the time. And then from there, we went to a local radio station, but I interviewed hiring managers. I interviewed people with clearjobs.net, people who have written books on job hunting, career success. A lot of the topics were related to veterans, but they do carry over to civilians also. So when you wonder why you should listen to me, I think it's because I've been interviewing the people that are reading the resumes. I know what they want. My formats are based on their feedback. If I have a client that's not getting any traction, no phone calls, and I'll pick up the phone. I'm not too proud. Always remember, don't be too smart for the room. The best advice someone ever gave me was, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Because think about it. Then how are you growing? Try to be the one in the room that's learning from everybody. Be open-minded. I encourage you to be open-minded in the course room too. I see sometimes people, especially with this course, well, I learned it this way, or I do this. And they're just not open to new insights, new information. So when you go to, again, YouTube, put in my name, click on playlist, we are here. Now, I do caution you. I have taught this many times, so you might see, pay attention to the dates. Like this one, I don't think I shared it because the date was from 2017 and the assignments were different. So if you click on some of the older videos, feel free to click on them. Great information, but the assignments might be a little bit different. Lots of good stuff that I'll be sharing as we come, get ready, how to recycle your elevator speech, where to find what's due. I don't know if that one. A really good one that kind of goes with, let me see if it's here. This one's a good one. I just wrote an article on this. I write for recruiter.com, so I'll share links occasionally. And if you look in, I think it's the tracking calendar, or no, the supplemental syllabus, I have links for these. Trying to see if I have one on resumes and obituaries. Maybe I don't. I know I have an article on, and I'll share it, how your resume is. Kind of think of it as your obituary. Every now and then I'll have somebody who says, oh, this doesn't have enough wow, or I thought it would be more wow. That's usually the term I use. And I'll say, well, and this kind of goes into one of the comments I wanted to touch on when you look at, goodness, what's his name? Donald Super's lifespan theory and the stages that he talks about, Super's developmental self-concept theory. and the 5 life and career development stages that you read about this week. When you're in there, there was I'm looking at my notes here thinking, there was a comment about, I'm trying to remember how it was. Well, somebody had replied about super stages. And remember, it is like when you read obituaries, sometimes you see there's just a few lines. He worked here, did this, this was his family. Then you read the one where it goes on for pages, and they were big in the community. And I think it's, as I put in my comment to the student, we all need to reflect every now and then. Where are we in these life and career development stages? What have we done recently to personally grow? Have we read a book? Have we taken a course at a community college for our Microsoft skills? Or a CEU if you're mental health, nursing? What have you done to keep your skills updated? And if the answer is nothing, then you're in trouble. Another question I wanted to answer, lots of good stuff here. So that one's not me. So just get in here and snoop around. Resume length. Somebody was very adamant. I've seen it more than once about a resume being 1 page. 1 page is expected if you're maybe never had a job, if you've only had maybe 1 job, maybe your high school or straight out of high school into college and you've only worked a part-time job. That's 1 page. If you've been, like most of you, in the workplace for, a lot of times I see people who've been in the workplace 10 years. I work predominantly with careerists who want to double their income and make a huge career jump. So resume length's going to be 2 to 3 pages. So don't get hung up on the length. Focus on the quality of what you're writing. Quantify the results of your actions. If you say you could type 60 words a minute, read through your bullets and then ask yourself, so what? If you're not answering the so what, go back and rewrite that. I can type 60 words a minute, which improved efficiency by 50%, increased productivity by 75%, was able to eliminate 2 job positions and save money for the company. What is the so what of that bullet, of that thing you're talking about? A lot of people like to put customer service, which is fine because almost everybody does customer service somehow, some way, and it's going to carry over. Whether you're a paralegal, a nurse, therapist, you're going to work with families. Customer service. Increase satisfaction, increase return rate, increase numbers, percentages, and dollar signs really grab the reader's attention. Let the reader know why they should hire you. So again, don't get so hung up, because if you look at my format, just using those 3 key accomplishments and your core competencies is going to take up about half the first page. And someone made a good point. Don't make it the font so tiny no one can read it. No. So page length, don't get hung up on it. 2 is fine if you've been working. The other one was how old of information. Somebody had said no more than 5 jobs they had learned. Again, the way I learned was from interviewing hiring managers for my radio show. Typically don't go back more than 10 years. Don't include anything not relevant. I just did a resume for a gal who has done a lot of customer service. She's been a nanny, but she's done a lot of volunteering in her community. She's a military spouse, moved from Hawaii to here, now going to Virginia. She was one of my bachelor's students at Campbell, and now she wants to start earning money. When I redid that resume, I mean, it could have been easily 6 pages. It was easily 4, and I trimmed it to 3, and I could trim it to 2, except everything she's doing right now is a rape advocate, a tutor for the children in the safe house, marketing for the nonprofit, and some other things all address what the job announcement I was writing it to was about. So don't get hung up on the pages, but try not to go more than 10 years old. because job skills become outdated. Nobody wants to know your outdated skills, but worse, you don't want somebody to try to guess your age and then age discrimination. You don't want them to, that's why if I'm working with someone who graduated high school or college in the 70s and 80s, I leave the year off those items. It's just kind of selling yourself. You've got to be wise about it. And I see this video has gone really longer than I wanted. So one other quick thing, double check week 1 to make sure you completed all the assignments. There's still some people who haven't turned in week 1 work. So look in your grade book and make sure. I've got everything graded for week 1, I think, that's been turned in. So do a double check of week 1. Today is Wednesday. Jump on and make sure you're in there engaging. You know, you don't have to put your post, but at least get an early jump on engaging. And I'll create something for that as a later video. But I wanted to show you how to get into YouTube, and thank you for asking the question and alerting me that the video didn't upload correctly. So have fun looking over in here. But again, for some of these, if I created them, double check. Like this math assessment, it might be an outdated one because the assessments have changed, and that career project has changed. So pay attention to the date. Alrighty, have a wonderful day. I will be turning in grades for 3 of my seated classes this morning, and away from my desk we have office hours at noon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.